Emmanuel, Clase, and Luis Ortiz are accused of rigging their pitches to allow bettors to profit in a scheme worth nearly $500,000. Clase's star is a star closer, and Ortiz is a starting pitcher, both from the Dominican Republic and both facing a slew of federal charges, conspiracy related to wire fraud, money laundering, and more. And prosecutors say over the last 2 years, the players telegraphed their pitches to conspirators who then bet on the pitches and profited, sharing the winnings with Clase and Ortiz. For example, in a game against the Red Sox in June 2023, prosecutors say Clase arranged to throw a ball with a pitch slower than 95 miles an hour, and they included this image in the indictment of the ball hitting the dirt. And they say the bettors won $58,000 because of that pitch.
Guardians pitchers Emmanuel, Clase, and Luis Ortiz have been charged with fraud, conspiracy, and rigging pitches. Prosecutors said in the indictment that Clase and Ortiz threw specific pitches for balls so bettors could place prop bets and profit. Both pitchers have been on paid leave while MLB investigated. Ortiz was arrested by the FBI Sunday morning in Boston. He will appear in court on Monday. Clase was not in custody as of Sunday afternoon. U.S. Attorney Joseph Vasella said in a statement, the defendants deprived the Cleveland Guardians and Major League Baseball of their honest services. They defrauded the online betting platforms where the bets were placed, and they betrayed America's pastime. Integrity, honesty, and fair play are part of the DNA of professional sports. When corruption infiltrates the sport, it brings disgrace not only to the participants, but damages the public trust in an institution that is vital and dear to all of us.
I think they understand, just as Major League Baseball does, this is about the integrity of the sport. And Major League Baseball, if they are found guilty, very likely would levy lifetime bans against them, as they did against Pete Rose and have done against others.
As if you thought it could not get worse for the world of sports. We recently had the UFC and a betting scandal take place and was announced by Ariel Helwani and Harry Mack on Twitter. We also learned of the FBI arresting Terry Rozier and Chauncey Billups in the NBA. And now we have this in America's pastime. Per the indictment, Clase and Ortiz coordinated what pitches to throw so the co-conspirators could cash in. Clase allegedly agreed to be part of throwing prop bets in May of 2023. Cleveland.com would print the bettors wagered on the speed and type of Clase's pitches based on info they knew in advance by coordinating with the man himself, sometimes even during games. This unsealed indictment, by the way, would state, overall, the bettors won at least $450,000 from the betting platforms on pitches thrown by those two men. They also wrote, beginning in or around April 2025 on several occasions, Emmanuel Clase requested and received bribe and kickback payments in exchange for agreeing to throw specific pitches. This is bad. From the indictment, usually they agreed that Clase would throw balls instead of strikes and slower slider pitches rather than faster cut fastball cutter pitches, and often on the first pitches of an at-bat when Clase was brought into a game as a reliever. As stated previously, Clase allegedly communicated with both gamblers via text message during games, which is forbidden under MLB's rules. At one point, according to the feds, Clase hosted one of the bettors and even, according to what they said, had given him tickets to go and watch the game. This is mind-numbing stupidity, I gotta say. The indictment points to him on page 13. In or around June 2025, the defendant, Luis Ortiz, joined the criminal scheme with the defendant, Emmanuel Clase, and the bettors. Ortiz agreed to throw balls instead of strikes on certain pitches in exchange for bribes or kickbacks. Clase coordinated between Ortiz and bettor 1, who in turn coordinated with the other bettors. For his role in coordinating between Ortiz and bettor 1, Clase requested and received money. One example they would provide goes as follows. On or about June 15th, 2025, the defendant, Luis Ortiz, was scheduled to be a starter in an MLB game between the Guardians and the Mariners. Before that game, Ortiz agreed with Clase that in exchange for approximately $5,000, Ortiz would throw a ball for his first pitch in the second inning of the June 15th game. Clase further agreed with Better One that Clase would receive approximately $5,000, $10,000 in total for both him and Ortiz, for arranging subject pitch one with Ortiz. That's just one of many, and I mean many, by the way. How did they try to frame all this? The feds say, once again, it is all in the text messages. On or about June 19th, 2025, the defendant, Emmanuel Clase, sent the defendant, Luis Ortiz, a photo of a receipt for a wire transfer of approximately 90,000 pesos from Clase, as well as an audio message directing Ortiz to cause his associates in the Dominican Republic to lie about the purpose of the funds Ortiz was receiving. If asked, they're going to ask him, what is that payment for over there? Tell him that this payment is for a horse. Payment for a horse, you got that? Ortiz would respond, okay, perfect. The charges they face are as follows. 20 years imprisonment on a wire fraud conspiracy count, 20 years on honest services wire fraud conspiracy count, 5 years on conspiracy to influence sporting contests by bribery count, 20 years on the money laundering conspiracy count. Cleveland.com's Paul Hoynes would write, this is a self-inflicted wound for MLB Commissioner Rob Manfred and the game. They couldn't wait to jump into bed with gambling entities once sports gambling was made illegal. It's turned every cell phone on the planet into a walking casino. That is true. But it has also smeared the integrity of the game. Also true. Here's the craziest part about all this, okay? Emmanuel Clase just signed a pretty solid deal, okay? His contract was going to pay him 5 years, $20 million. Major League Baseball, guaranteed contracts, guys. $20 million. And he's throwing it away for $5,000 and $10,000 here and there. I mean, brother, what are you doing? Ortiz, meanwhile, signed a one-year deal just over $782,000. Still, let me be clear, you are close to being a millionaire. And if you pitch your behind off, you'll get an even better deal. I mean, guys, you were throwing away millions of dollars, allegedly, millions of dollars, just to cash in on a few bets here and there to help out your boys. Just give them money. I said it before, I will say it again. This is mind-numbing stupidity. CBS Sports wrote, while sports gambling has been legalized across the country, Major League Baseball and other leagues have rules that prohibit certain behavior. MLB, for instance, doesn't allow players to gamble on diamond sports, even of other teams. In 2024, the league would ban a San Diego Padres infielder for life. They would also suspend 4 more players after they were discovered to have bet on baseball games not involving their teams. Hey, I appreciate you watching. Now, if you can, please do become a channel member by going to youtube.com/TYTsports and clicking the join button. If that's too much for you, you can just go to tyt.com/join to become a member. It helps all of us out here at the Young Turks and keeps our network afloat. In addition, you could follow me on my socials on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Appreciate the love. Have a great day.